What's up, guys? What's up? Happy Thanksgiving. Hope you guys enjoyed your Thanksgiving with your family and friends. I decided to just come on and just talk, man. Look, I was just bored. I say, let me come on and talk. So I don't know who wants to come and talk with me. So if anybody come in, I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link in case someone want to come on and talk whatever you feel like, feel led to go ahead and talk about. We can go ahead and talk. Okay, so I hope you all enjoyed your Thanksgiving. I did with my family and friends. I will show you guys some pictures, because we had a blast. But now they're watching football, so I say let me come on and talk. Okay, so I am stuffed and I am full. So let me know what Thanksgiving meant to you guys or whatever you guys want to go ahead and talk about. Feel free to go ahead and talk. Okay. So what is that up? Let's see something saying live. I don't know what that is up for. I don't need to see that duck. But yes, guys, I hope you all enjoyed your day today. I really don't have too much to talk about. I'm just on just talking. That's about it. I don't know why that's showing up. I don't know what is that right there. It says live viewer comment shows up. See if I can go ahead and get that off. So yes, guys, I really don't have too much to go ahead and talk about. So I'm just here seeing how you guys had enjoyed your day today. I had a blast today, but now, I am home chilling. Okay. So let me see if I can go ahead and get that off. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it on Real Talking Friends. So if anybody want to come on, you are welcome to come on. Okay. So yes, I really don't have anything to talk about. So I'm just waiting for my truth tellers or anyone that wants to come on. Feel free to come in. Okay. See if I got this right because I can't hear. So in the meantime, I guess I just go ahead and pass time by. So I'm gonna just go ahead and just troll on Instagram to see what's going on, unless someone want to come on and talk with your girl, real talk, okay? So let me go ahead and see what's going on Instagram. Not too much stuff is going on. So I'm just here just talking, guys. So if anybody want to come on and feel free, whatever you guys want to go ahead and talk about, just have your way. So let me see what's going on Instagram. I saw where Portia Williams was she was cutting, looked like she's cutting collard greens. That's what I had today. Well, I didn't have collard greens today. I went ahead and fixed mustard greens. Some southern cooking. So let me see if I can go ahead and share this screen right here because my mouse is messed up. See if I can find where I saw Portia. She was cooking some collard greens. I don't know if I'm going to go ahead and do a review of Real Housewives of Atlanta because when Nene Leakes had left, it looked like when she sat there and said, boycott Bravo, I went ahead and did it, okay? Because I am a Nene Leakes fan. So let me see if I can go ahead and find Portia. I saw where she was in there cooking with her mom. So we know exactly how Portia can go ahead and get them men because one thing it looked like Miss Portia looked like she can cook, okay? So let me see if I can go ahead and pull that up right quick. So I'm just passing time, guys. I just came into the house, so I say, let me come on YouTube to see if anybody wants to come on and talk with your girl. Real talk. So I'm trying to see if I can see Portia because I'm looking at her right now, but it's on my phone. I don't think it's going to show up right here. I don't know why. No, it's not showing up right here. Let me see if I click on this right here. Nope, I don't know why it's not showing up because it shows on my phone. Well, guys, I was going to show you guys Portia Williams. She was cutting up some collard greens with her mom, and her mom looks, very beautiful. So I don't know if I'm going to go ahead and do any review when it comes to Real Housewives of Atlanta, which I am so sick and tired of these reality shows. I'm not going to tell you no lie, guys. I am so over it. So I guess I just go ahead to the shed room, see what's going on. So let's go ahead and pull this up right here. I see where it says Michelle Williams, she went ahead and performed during the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. So let's see what's going on right here. So, guys, if you're just coming in, I'm just passing time. I don't have any particular topic I am talking about. I'm just here, just chilling. That's about it. Oh, she's playing music, so it don't make no sense. But yes, this is Michelle Williams, one of the Destiny Child with Beyonce. Yeah. So she's playing music, so it don't make no sense for me even talking about that right there. So see what's going on in the shed room. The shed room usually have some things going on. I wanted to show you Portia. I saw where she was cooking, but I see right here where it says the judge went ahead and denied Diddy bail request the third time. So I guess it's time to go ahead and give that up. Okay. So let's see right here. I know this is old right here when it comes to Bishop T.D. Jakes. He's expresses his gratitude for the support he's receiving following recent medical emergency. And like I said, prayer still goes up for Bishop. So let's see what he's saying. And I know you guys most likely has saw this right here, but I don't have really nothing to talk about today. So I'm just here.
Just grateful. Thank you. Didn't have to turn out this way.
So just imagine the stuff that he's going to through. But Lord Jesus Christ, this right here is a wake up call. But right here, from the shed room, it says that Bishop T.D. Jakes expresses his gratitude towards all his supporters following a medical emergency during one of his sermons. Although there was speculations of a stroke, he revealed that he did not have a stroke. He also requests his support to continue keeping him lifted up in prayer during this time. And that's what I thought it was. I thought it was a stroke. So let me see. Oh, see if I can go ahead and find something else to go ahead and talk about. So guys, I'm just passing time, okay? I don't have anything particular to go ahead and talk about. So I am just trolling, okay? I don't really see too much that's going on the shade room. Usually I find some stuff. Let's go ahead and talk about, yeah, I want to go ahead and talk about this right here. I love me some Serena Williams. At one time, I mean, nobody couldn't say anything when it came to the Williams sisters, but my God, I just don't understand this huge change. I mean, it's just like, dang, what's going on? And the thing about it, when it comes to Serena Williams, I don't know who is her friends, and telling Serena, my God, girl, you look a hot mess. Just look at this. I can't believe Serena. I mean, the GOAT of all times. I just can't believe she's just doing this to herself. And when I saw this right here, I mean, I just don't understand why would she do stuff like this, and this right here to me, this is what I call self-hate. Okay. So let me go ahead and read some of the comments. And she don't even have to do this. I don't know if she's going through some kind of stage. I don't know what it is. But right here on the shed room, someone says, all look like Serena Williams and her husband got all dressed up to support their daughter. So I guess their daughter must have had something right here. Say, yes, we are those parents that volunteer for our children rehearsal. So that's exactly where she's at. And also it says right here, let's be clear, that is what happened when you call someone ugly and attack their looks for over a decade. So someone's saying, the reason why, she's going through this transformation is because, when she was on the court, how, people, they used to, go ahead and attack her looks, always gave her a very, very hard time because we already know, even though in our eyes she's number one in the world, because I don't think anyone could ever do what she did on that court. But she had got a lot of self-hate. But the thing about it is, how I feel about all this right here is, how her father had went through so much when they had showed that documentary of a father when he was living in Shreveport, dealing with a lot of racism and also a lot of racism when, they were, playing tennis. And I just don't understand it. I mean, this is a lot. Someone else says that Serena, whatever you doing to your face, please stop already. But like I said, when it comes to all this right here, let me know what your thoughts about it. Serena, not the only one. We got a lot of people when it comes to a lot of self-hate, and it's sad. I just wish that when it comes to our people, that we can start doing some deep soul searching when it comes to our people, and you will see that we are God and goddesses, and when it comes to our melanin, how they are trying to zap our melanin right out of our skin and put it in robots and all types of computers and all that, but the thing about it is that we don't know who we are. But also someone else says that bet her feet still oh my God. And most likely, when you doing all that bleaching right there, your knuckles and also your feet, it does not turn. So another person says, we still love your sister. Just know you original self was good enough. Absolutely. We're going to always love Serena. We're going to always support her. So let's go ahead and get out of that right quick. I see right here. So guys, I'm just strolling. So if anybody want to go ahead and talk about anything, feel free to talk about. I see that I got 8 people that's on. Happy Thanksgiving, to the ones that celebrate Thanksgiving. I'm not too into the holidays, but like I said, when it comes to my family, they are into it. So if they are into it, I'm just going to make sure that, I be a part of to make them happy. So right here, Wendy Williams, Guardians allege she's permanently incapacitated. Wow, for her dementia amid legal battle over Lifetime documentary. So this right here now, I guess, is permanent when it comes to Wendy Williams. But let's go ahead and read some of this right here, where it says that Wendy Williams' legal team continue to battle with Lifetime over the release of the Where is Wendy Williams documentary. Wendy Guardians is getting candid about the current state of her health. Also, it says, according to The Sun, Wendy Guardian Sabrina Morrissey recently made a film in which she described the impact of Wendy dementia. Also, it says that acclaimed entertainer who tragically has been affected by early onset dementia and as a result has become cognitively impaired and permanently incapacitated. So this is the story when it comes to Wendy Williams. Okay, so right here it says that, man, people saying dementia is karma is wild. My mom has dementia and I am her caregiver. I don't wish that on no one. So my God, so some are saying that when it comes to Wendy Williams, I guess it's her karma, because we know when it comes to Wendy, I mean, she had put her mouth on a lot of people. And sometimes, you reap what you sow, because I mean, she did some stuff. So also they say they silenced her IDC, what nobody says. So I don't know what that means right there. Hold on, let me give me some water. So, guys, you are welcome to come and talk to me if you feel like want to talk, or if you want to just stay in the bushes, just go ahead and stay in the bushes. Okay. Um, Someone else says, serious question. What age can you get dementia? Well, most, like I said, older people get dementia, but, I guess a lot of stress and depression and, a lot of other symptoms, can cause a lot of that right there. Also, it says it was her job. Stop saying it is karma. Stop being so cold hearted. I don't know. She exposed Beyonce, and after that, it's been all downhills. She used to visit us when I was a child in New Jersey. I guess that is. She was a family friend. So I don't know what's going on with Wendy Williams. So let's go ahead and get out of that. Okay. So, guys, if you're just coming on, I am just passing time. Okay. I am stuffed and I'm just here, just sitting here, just trolling. Okay, that's exactly what I am doing. I am on the shed room to see what's going on in the shed room. So not too much stuff was going on in the shed room. I don't see too much that's going on. Let's see, Miss Dr. Heavenly. Let's go ahead and see what's going on when it comes to Dr. Heavenly. I mean, Dr. Heavenly is so messy. I don't know why she keep bringing Sweet Tea through all that. It looked like she's trying to go ahead and ice her out now that they got Quad back on. So let's go ahead and see what's going on right here. I see where it says that Dr. Heavenly threw a little shade at castmate Sweet Tea while dishing on the next season of Married to Medicine. So let me see what's going on right here.
Quad, so I'm happy to see that she's happy with this season. What do you think about her new guy?
I love him for her. His name is King, and she calls him King. And when she got to praising that man, the other people just couldn't take it. I mean, even though they had their new wife and everything, they couldn't take it, and it exploded. I mean, I ain't trying to give things away, but it is what it is.
That's crazy. So Dr. G lost his cool in front of Sweet Tea over Quad new man?
I feel like, I'm not trying to give away anything, but I think that there was a lot of emotions flying that day and days before that. Yeah, a lot of emotions.
Okay, now how are you and Sweet Tea doing this season?
We can change the subject. I don't like tea. I don't, I don't drink tea. I don't drink tea. No, I don't drink tea.
And Doctor, let me go ahead and pause it right here. But when it comes to Dr. Heavenly, I mean, she just entirely too messy. If I'm not mistaken, when it comes to her, I think she's the reason why Mariah Hugh is not on the show as well. Once she came on, it's like she take it to an all-time low. And when it comes to Dr. Heavenly is a person that she can go ahead and she can throw the rock. But when someone come back with a brick at her, she does not know how to handle it. And I watched that scene this week when they had some what that was. They had some little party that they had sort of like a Freaknik party, but I forgot what the name that they called it. And when Sweet Tea was talking to Dr. Damien, her and her husband, that's when Dr. Heavenly came and brought her messy tail there and just messed everything up. And I saw where Sweet Tea had told Dr. Gray, come on, let's go. So I don't know if that's going to be the end when it comes to Sweet Tea now that Quad is back. So I don't know how that's going to go ahead and work out because we already know when it comes to Dr. Heavenly and Sweet Tea, they look like they don't match. So right here in the shed room, it says it's time to tap in. The one and only Dr. Heavenly popped out on the latest episode of the TSRL, I guess, the shed room. And not only did she throw a little shade at her castmate, talking about Sweet Tea. I think her name is Letitia Luford. I guess that's what it is. But she also spilled on what might be in store for the next season, Married to Medicine, from behind the scene drama to what fans can expect. She left it all on the table with our host. Also, let me go ahead and read some of the comments. It says right here, I hate how the woman restrained themselves with Heavenly because of their respect of Damia. I will be dragging his slow talking, I don't know who they talking about, self every time his wife step out of line. He's going to have to tell her to chill because by the time I get done reading him, her and all of her adult children, she rethinking taking this show to the gutter when she joined. And it's time for someone to go ahead and call Dr. Heavenly out, because Dr. Heavenly is too grown for that. I wonder how, when it comes to children, how they feel about it. And even when it comes to Dr. Damon, it to me, it's like he's kind of embarrassed but he just don't want to say anything. He just let her just go, and it's time for someone to call out, because to me, that is not cute at all. Okay. So guys, if you're just coming in, I'm just passing time. So if you got anything that you want to go ahead and talk about, feel free to go ahead and talk. Okay. I was um at my in-laws, and we had a good time, and family and friends. So I decided to just come on. Okay. I ain't had too much to do. Everybody else is watching football. So let me go ahead and read a little more comments. They say, just bring back Mariah. Yes, go ahead and bring back Mariah, but I don't even think Mariah might even want to come back, because the last time when I saw Mariah, I think she was with Carlos King, and I think she's trying to do some stuff of her own. So I don't know if she'll come back, and if she do, they better make sure that the price is right. But also, let me see if I can see, because I am scrunching my eyes, guys. Right here it says that Dr. Heavenly been the same from her first season, and love her for that. One of my favorites. She's not one of my favorite. If anybody is quiet, okay? So also it says, oh no, Dr. G will know he loved quiet. So another person said, I really don't think Dr. G be worrying about her. So I just hope Dr. Heavenly would just come out and just tell us exactly how she feel when it comes to Sweet Tea, because it's like they wanted Sweet Tea and they wanted to go ahead and they iced out Quad, and they found out that Quad, she was like the glue to this show, and how people had reacted. They didn't think that they was going to go ahead and get that type of reaction. So what they did was they went ahead and they got Quad back on. But now, I guess when Quad came back, and Sweet Tea is there, most likely they're trying to go ahead and get rid of Sweet Tea. So right here, another person say Heavenly bullied Sweet Tea all last season. So sounds like more of the same. And I don't think that when it comes to Sweet Tea, because she was in the military, trust me, honey, I don't think that she's going to continue allowing Dr. Heavenly, to keep coming after her like that. Because when I did watch it, which I don't do any commentary when it comes to Married to Medicine, but I do watch the show. But she had said that she was going to get a cease and desist letter, to go ahead and shut up, because when it comes to Dr. Heavenly, I mean, she just doing a little too much. Okay. So right here, someone says Dr. Heavenly discusses people. Heavenly brought Sweet Tea on the show. I didn't know that. And then drag Sweet Tea. Dr. Heavenly is, I guess they saying, she puke and she garbage. Bravo is allowing Heavenly to not show her marriage drama. And where is her grandchild? Her grandchild and her oldest son, is he on drugs? So right here, someone had, they talking about Dr. Heavenly, and the reason why they saying the grandchild, because when Dr. Heavenly, they had showed the kitchen and saw that Infamil, some baby formula, was inside the cabinet, and Dr. Heavenly had said, which we already know, she come across as a pathological liar as well, has said that, and this is my opinion based off these reality shows, guys. I don't know these people personally, but she said that, it was the Infamil was for Dr. Damon, because he can't drink regular milk. But I think it's a child, and she's not going to come out and she's not going to say it, because how she is. But also another person says that Heavenly is a great entertainment and she makes me laugh. Nah, but she's so ghetto. I mean, absolutely ghetto. I think when it comes to Dr. Heavenly, it's time for people to start pulling back the layers when it comes to her, because of why, she's a mean girl. This woman, if I'm not mistaken, Dr. Heavenly most likely probably be, in her 50s, and she act like a bully. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Andy Cohen went ahead and called her out and said that Dr. Heavenly was a bully, the way that she was coming after Sweet Tea, and now I think what they need to do they need to go ahead and start pulling out those demons that's in Dr. Heavenly, because I'm pretty sure a lot of stuff that Dr. Heavenly is going through is a lot of childhood drama. Because I remember when she was saying, when she was living with her parents, she didn't have a window, and how her mom used to keep her, in the house. And I think some of that stuff is still in her. That's what I think. Okay, I see my girls in the house are similarly grateful. She says, Dr. Heavenly, let me see if I can see it, girl, because I don't have my glasses on. I'm trying to be cute in here, okay? So right here, she says, Dr. Heavenly should have been canceled years ago. How can professional woman behave like this? And that's what I don't understand. What I think, awesomely, what I think is that nobody ever really challenged Dr. Heavenly. The only one that really had challenged her, to put her foot to the fire, and that was Mariah. And we know how that turned out. And also when it comes to Sweet Tea, and when she feel like she's back into the corner, it's like she just come from a very dark, nasty place. And I truly believe that if someone would come that is not afraid of Dr. Heavenly and stand up to her like a Sweet Tea, if she really let go and not get all in her feelings, I think that they can be able to break her. Now I see where they had brought on Contessa, and Contessa already was after Dr. Heaven, ran her. I don't know if that was Contessa's house, or I don't think it was Dr. Heavenly house, because I don't think that would have happened in Dr. Heavenly house. But Contessa, she was ready for Dr. Heavenly, because if I'm not mistaken, she the one that came out. No, it was Sweet Tea that's saying that Dr. G was cheating. But I think the reason why they brought Contessa back so she can be able to handle a Dr. Heavenly. That's what I think. So also Awesomely says, I don't understand how anyone on this show films with her. She's terrible for reality TV. She's not my reality as a Black woman, simply embarrassing. Absolutely. And for to say, I just don't understand, why would she do that? And she got to practice, and the only thing that I can think of is that no one ever called her out. And that's why, she continued doing what she's doing. And it got to be something that she's doing, because not everybody's going to hate you. Her sister hate her, and Lord knows who else hate her. It looked like her husband hate her. He don't even want to say anything. Let her just make her money. Let her just act a fool, and that's it. But I think that when it comes to Dr. Damon need to go ahead and call out. But Contessa is going to be her 2-bit change. Okay. So guys, when you come on and watch the live, let me know what you think about my little review of Married to Medicine, because this is my first time ever did that. I always talk about Love and Marriage in Huntsville, because like I say, when it comes to these reality shows, I'm not really into it. I thought that I could be able to, Awesome says Jackie and Simone enable these behavior for a check. They have all sold out for $1. Absolutely. And when it comes to Dr. Jackie is not going to say him too much. And that's why I was so glad that everyone had called Dr. Jackie out when they went ahead and got rid of Quad, because they're saying, why would you go ahead and get rid of Quad? Quad, she's bringing it, If anybody you should go ahead and get rid of, it should be Dr. Jackie. But see, they cover for Dr. Jackie. Dr. Jackie don't have to do anything. All she have to do is just sit down and just look cute and show a few of her patients, and that's it. But I was so glad when they came on Dr. Jackie. I think I did a review, if I'm not mistaken, because when she was talking to the Vice President Kamala Harris, when she was talking about I think it was about young teens, pregnant and stuff like that, and everybody was saying, because why would you want to go ahead and talk about young teens, and the pregnancy, and you don't even deal with what you call that, Medicaid. You don't even deal with Medicaid, you deal with Medicare. Most of all your patients, they got money or celebrities. But the way that Dr. Jackie was talking, as if she reaches out, and I'm just going to say a legend, but a lot of people had got on her, because most of the people that comes on the show, as our patient, they always be celebrities. We don't see, too many people that comes in, teenage mothers, coming into her practice. So I really think, when it came to Dr. Jackie, if anybody should have had got the axe, it should have been her. And nobody, she's not going to let nobody talk about her husband, and that's real talk. So also Awesome says Jack and Simone and Abel, yep, these behavior for a check, they all have sold out for $1. Absolutely. And now when it comes to Simone, she's just too loud. Now she's another ghetto, but I don't like the way that she had went ahead and treated Quad, because they all was just trying to ice out Quad, knowing good and well they was not going to be able to pull that show off. Okay. So also, and thank you for coming in, my girl. How was your Thanksgiving? Let me know how your Thanksgiving. Do you celebrate Thanksgiving, or you just like me, hey, my family's here, so I'm just having my little family gather long as they're here. So also, let me go ahead and read a little more. So guys, I'm just passing time. I had no particular topic to talk about. I just felt like talking. Okay. So thank you again. Awesomely, gratefully, she felt like coming and talk to you, girl. Okay. Thank you very much. But another person had said, leave it to Dr. Heavenly to bring the tea. I don't think Dr. Heavenly is bringing no tea. I don't think Dr. Heavenly is bringing no tea. And I want to know what she's stirring up in that tea. Because whatever she's stirring up, honey, it got her all off balance. But right here it says, glad to see Quiet winning, because the whole cast tried to play her last season. Absolutely. They did my girl wrong. They did her wrong. But they realized, honey, they had fumbled the ball. So that's the reason why they went ahead and got her back. Right here, my girl says, had a beautiful day, went out to eat, no cooking this year. Okay. I had cooked, but I still went out, and stuff. But yeah, it was a beautiful day. I'm not gonna complain. Every time when you come in together, with family and friends, like I said, Thanksgiving to me, it's not once a year. Thanksgiving should be every day. Okay. Don't wait until, they tell you, okay, this holiday is on Thanksgiving, so that's when we come together. No, Thanksgiving should be each and every day, and that's real talk. So right here, another person that says getting paid double time because all she does is podcasts and interviews. This lady never shut up. She like the only one on the show that constantly spills stuff. Don't she have a business to run? She always on social media. And that's the thing that I don't understand. Dr. Helpman says she got so many businesses, so much irons in the fire. I mean, and where do she get all this time? That's what I want to know. Where do Dr. Helpman get all that time? But what I think when it comes to Dr. Helpman, she's way in the boondocks, just like I am. I need to show you my back. I need to show you guys my backyard. I live in a nice, very beautiful subdivision, but also in the back, it's just nothing but the woods. Okay. Nothing but the bears, the critters and deers and everything else. I see my girls in the house. Let me see if my girl gonna come on with me. My girl misbehaving, because my girl misbehaving is in the house. Let me see if she gonna come on with me, because I ain't got too much to talk about. I'm just here. I am here, guys. Everybody watching football now, and I don't like no football. So I say, let me come in here. I see my girl misbehaving. Yes, indeed. She says, happy Thanksgiving, Lady D, mods, and chat. Dr. Jackie was discussing mortality rate among, I knew it was something. I just couldn't think of, girl, blame it on this old brain of mine. Okay. That's what she was talking about. Yes. Among the Black women, Mariah Hugh told you Dr. Jackie was sneaky and shady. Yep, absolutely. Also, Misbehaving says, Happy Thanksgiving, Lady D. Mods in chat. Dr. Jackie was discussing, yes, mortality rates among Black women. Mariah Hugh told you all, yes, yes. So, yeah, guys. So, I'm going to see if my girl is going to come on Misbehaving so she can go ahead and turn it up a little notch, okay? Yes, indeed. So, again, guys, I see that I have 20 people that's in the house. Come on and hit that like button, guys. Come on and hit that like button. I'm just here at the spare of the minute moment, just sitting here passing time. Everybody watching football. I might show you. Let me see if I can show you some pictures how we enjoyed ourselves. Let me see if I can find because I did take a lot of pictures. Yes, my girl Misbehaving is in the house. How are you doing, my girl? You can hear me? So
Yeah, I can hear you. I had to close that other window. How you good at happy Halloween. Happy Thanksgiving.
hey girl, how you doing today? How was your day today?
I'm doing fine. I'm just fighting a little cold. It's fine, but I love your hair.
You like it?
Yes, I
Yeah,
love
my
your
my
hairdo.
uh my my in-laws, they sit there and say, "Girl, I like it. I like your hair and stuff like that." You see, but I like my braids, you know?
I know, but it's always good to have
Yeah.
something different,
Yeah.
and I love your big hoops. All right, then. You going back to the 80s and the 90s with those big hoops.
yes, girl, but I never got rid of those. I never got rid of those. I've been wearing hoops since hoops came out, and if I don't find 'em, girl, look, my daughter, if she see them, she'll pick them up. I got about thousands of pair of hoops, girl. I just got to have my hoops. I never stop.
I love them. I love them. They go good with any hairstyle, whether it's
Yes.
short, long, or whatever. So you're gonna start reviewing Married to Medicine.
No, girl. Which, how you think I did?
I got a red ball it because I just came in. I
Oh,
didn't put
okay.
Yeah, I just came in because I was gonna just talk for a few minutes about this foolishness. I gave a nickname to the Love and Marriage Huntsville sector. I'm gonna call it the Chitlin Circuit. Cause,
Okay.
but I was watching something else, and then I saw that you were lit up, and I said, "Well, wait a minute, she's on the live, so let me go over there."
Yeah, girl. Yeah, they watching football, and I don't watch no. You watch football?
I'm boycotting. I used to be a diehard fan. I mean, ooh, I was
Who
a
is your
diehard
favorite?
fan.
My husband's is a 49ers. Who is yours?
He know what team to root for, but I'm a melanated sister. I mean, I like the 49ers, but we always have to roll for the Raiders. It
Oh,
doesn't
okay.
matter if they're in Las Vegas, Los Angeles, they'll forever be known as the Oakland Raiders.
Oh, okay. So you the Raiders. Okay. But he's a
Y-
traitor because he's the only one down here in the South. He's of 49ers. He's a sellout. Everybody's a Saints fan. Okay.
What? What?
yeah.
Well,
Or Dallas
normally,
Cowboy.
yeah, I have a lot of family members that are Dallas Cowboy fan, and then my sister. We have some that are Pittsburgh Steelers fan.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, but I'm boycotting. Ever since Colin Kaepernick, until he comes back, I'm not watching football.
They was wrong. They was wrong for it. But you think he'll be ready? I don't think he'll be ready for football anymore. I think he done got a little too old. If anything, maybe a coach, position. I think he was trying to go after something like that, right?
He was trying to come back to be a quarterback because he was in shape. He was doing better, looking better than some of the quarterbacks that they currently have in the league. But I think the last time I heard anything about Colin Kaepernick may have been like 2 years ago. So
Mm-hmm.
I know he settled. It's been reported that he settled with the league, with the NFL. We don't know what type of money he got, but
Mm-hmm.
he'll never be back in the league.
You don't think so? Yeah.
They're
Even
not
coaching with coaching as well. You don't think so?
not the NFL.
Wow.
Not the NFL. It would have to be something that. a independent team or something that we own, but a lot of us can't get on the same page with one another. So
Mhm.
we
And that's the
rather.
part that's the part I don't like. I don't like that we didn't stood together, because I believe that if the whole entire team would have stood with him, they would have made a difference. And that's why it's kind of hard to ride with our people, because they'll
Mhm.
leave you out hanging. I think that they left that dude out hanging. That's how I see it.
They did. I mean, you had a few players that knelt with him, but when push came to shove, you know, they wanted their career. And then,
Hmm.
I mean, when you look and see how there's no support behind us from our
Hmm.
own people, I can understand. I can understand how someone will be afraid, but I don't know. When you're making that type of money, I don't know. Maybe if people lived a more frugal lifestyle and saved more, uh, feast and famine. When the money is plentiful, they're feasting, and when that money get low, you have to conserve. So if people had that mindset of, saving up for a rainy day,
Hmm.
uh, I don't know, but I don't know what's wrong with our people either, Lady D. It's not all of us are like that, but
Hmm.
there's a large population like that. It's you got to get yours. What is that? I got mine, so you better get yours.
It's like it's no unity, when it comes to us, and they wondering why when it came to Donald Trump, because Donald Trump, his people was loyal to him, even when they were in jail or prison, wherever they were. They didn't
Hmm.
rat on them, they didn't tell on them. They did their time, and they got out, and they still minding their business. But you see, when one of ours get in trouble, we start running our mouth like diarrhea.
It's we've been indoctrinated. A lot of us have
Hmm.
been indoctrinated. Some of us can see clearly, but majority of us are still blinded. And
Hmm.
it's all about self-preservation. Self-preservation is the basis of any group of people for survival. You have to stick together in order for your community to continue to thrive and continue to grow. And our mindset is we're more concerned about everybody,
Hmm.
everyone else, except for what's best for our community. And I'm
Hmm.
telling you, with so many, slavery did a number. We're not enslaved. We don't have any chains on our wrists and on our ankle,
Hmm.
but mentally we're still enslaved. There's a
Absolutely.
lot of can you imagine they say like things that you read, you pass it through your DNA when you're pregnant, children in the womb, as the child, the baby is developing, or clinical medical terms, some people like to say the fetus or embryo
Hmm.
is developing in a woman's womb. The baby is hearing what the mother is saying, what you're thinking, whatever trauma that woman has been through, that baby is feeling that trauma. That's what some have said. So you have to remember we're the descendants, and there's so much that we've been through. Some of us have been able to overcome it, and some of us have not. Um,
Hmm.
but I wish we had more unity. I know I am not living in a place of where I'm hating others' community or other groups of people or blaming them for the plight that we're in, because the only person holding us back is us.
Absolutely. That's how I see it too. Hey, Grandma Moochie. She says, good evening. Happy Thanksgiving. I'll catch the replay. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming in. Happy Thanksgiving. Also, awesomely grateful says the league did not stand up for Colin. He did nothing wrong. The day of King where people walk to work instead of catching the bus is long gone. Absolutely. And that's what I think also,
Mm,
misbehaving. I think that we don't have any leaders, because all of them, they either dead or they in jail, and it's like when the sheep does not have a shepherd, it's like we just go wild, and that's what you see today.
Mm-hmm. Because the one that claimed that they're leading us, they're either being bribed or blackmailed.
Mhm. What you think about Roland Martin when he was talking all that smack, and talking about us, about you know really, coming down on us, with the Democratic Party, and now they found out that they gave him the Kamala Harris campaign, didn't give him, but I think it was his network, which is just if it's his network, with his name,
Right.
still his business, $350,000. How do you feel about that? Do you think that these people, the reason why they be pushing it on us because they are getting paid? So if they are getting paid, to vote for a candidate, then why they don't just come out and pay us then?
Exactly. Well, I'm not surprised. I've always speculated. I've always said they're getting something. But that's why there's never any legislation or laws passed that benefit just black people, because the people that are supposed to be there in Washington advocating and fighting on our behalf, they could care less about us. So I'm not surprised about Roland Martin getting the amount of money that they reported that he got. My thing is this: you cannot trust anyone.
Mhm.
If you truly believe in what a candidate stands for, they shouldn't have had to pay him. Why not do it
Absolutely.
freely? She would have been better served. Her campaign would have been better served paying someone that truly believed and what she was doing. I mean, I look at it, and it's not just the Democratic Party. I look at the Republican Party too. Anyone
Absolutely.
that comes out, it's something in it for them. People very rarely are speaking out and advocating for these candidates because they believe in what they're doing and what they're saying. Because Trump wasn't saying anything really. I mean, it's my belief. They like to use both sides, Democratic and Republican, to use
Mhm.
fear tactics, to frighten us, get us worked up, fighting one another, or this person is taken from me. It's just basically, what do you identify with what a candidate is saying? Roland Martin, Ricky Smiley. So that also goes to show you, Lady D, that they were acting. I mean,
Absolutely.
he,
Absolutely.
he
So
the
you don't
boy. Go ahead. I'm
no, you
sorry.
don't know if they sincere or not because of you getting paid, or you really, dedicated to this party, or it's money. I don't know now. It's confusing.
He probably got paid to advocate and fight on her behalf and talk down to us. And in the meantime, he voted for Donald Trump. Folks
Yeah.
like to do the old switcheroo, make you think they're for you. I mean, they talked about us like a dog for folks.
Did they?
Not only that. I'm one of the people that set out because I was true to my word. I need to get
Mhm.
paid. I need to get paid for my vote. I need something. And there have been a lot of Black Americans that I'm part of the group that they have criticized.
Mhm.
That blame. You may not have voted for Donald Trump, but you didn't vote at all. Our ancestors marched and died to vote. Okay, don't use past traumas to try to guilt me into voting for someone that when I'm looking at them, they're not saying or doing anything that's going to benefit us as a people. It doesn't matter who is the president, it has never benefited our community. I
Wow.
remember I can remember when Jimmy Carter, President Jimmy Carter, I think, what is he, the peanut, he loved eating
Your
peanuts, I
peanuts,
guess.
peanuts. Mhm.
Yeah. And I remember I was a little girl, and I remember back then years ago, I remember they used to have summer programs for the kids. Like when school was out, we could play, we would get fed. I mean, it's just a whole bunch of things. And it seemed like the presidents that are trying to do for everybody, including black people as well, they never get to stay in office long.
Mm.
So I don't know. And then they want to. It's just I just don't know. I'm in a mindset right now. Um, I'm mindful of how I comment when it comes to politics, because I don't want to seem insensitive to other people's feelings, because there are a lot of people that were upset because Vice President Kamala didn't win.
Mhm.
And I don't want to seem insensitive, so I really have not said anything at all. But I'm like, we've been through worse as a group of people.
Mhm.
Why would we let her not winning affect us or affect you like this? A lot of these politicians, they just give us false promises, empty promises. They think they can come through the neighborhood playing music, playing basketball, eating fried chicken, and doing a photo op or kiss one or two black babies. And they think that's all they have to do. And then when it's anything pertaining to us, we always have to wait. It's millions of black Americans in America have this mindset where we believe, because once upon a time I was a black person like this as well. I would always make excuses and I would say, well, they can't just do nothing for us, it has to be for everybody, it has to
Mhm.
be for everybody. But time after time, they show you, these politicians have shown you where they can craft legislations and give resources to that's geared specifically for one group of people and not all.
Mhm.
And so
Uh,
I don't go ahead.
Awesome Grateful says, I assume Oprah got paid too. Oh my God. They say, I assume Oprah, Roland, and other black entertainers felt they were getting paid for their advertisement marketing. Is all show business. Politics is a business and not for the people. Wow.
I agree with you, awesomely grateful. I have this thing that I say: politics and the entertainment industry go hand in hand. Hand in hand. I wouldn't be surprised if you see some of these rappers that are up here rapping now, maybe 10, 15, 20 years from now, they'll be running for a political office. Look how Shine, the rapper that has a connection with P. Diddy. He's in politics now in his country over in Belize.
Wow. He's white or
And
black.
he's black.
Hmm.
He's black. So I agree with you. It's all show business. They were getting paid for advertisement. They were marketing. But then if you're doing that, but why talk down to us? I
That's the
mean, they
part.
was calling us out our names, calling us stupid and dumb. I don't like how it's frowned upon, or people judge you for having an opinion or viewpoint different from them. How come we can't learn from one another? If you're attacking me and calling me names, I cannot hear what you're saying. A lot of times when people are communicating with one another, they're talking, they're listening to respond rather than listening to understand your perspective or point of view. Like you and I, Lady D, we don't agree on everything. And
Hmm.
so I the fact that I respect you and I have respect for anyone, to be able to be have an independent thought. I may not
Yeah.
like what you think,
But we
but
don't
I'm
get
not.
mad. We don't because
Yeah,
you don't put no food on my table. You see what I'm saying?
right.
It
I'm not
don't.
gonna
I don't
talk
get
shit.
mad.
Right.
I don't get mad. You know how people they'll sit there and say, "Oh, I'm going to unsubscribe. Oh, I'm not going to support
Yeah.
you." It's like I ain't gonna say my children too. They like that too. They get honey, they get mad. If I'm not mistaken, my son way where he's at called down here to someone that because I usually go and help them out. With the
Uh-huh.
campaign. Girl, when I went, because I said I was gonna sit home too. Okay. Oh, he got mad. So I said, let me go ahead and get my butt up. So,
Hmm.
girl, when I got up, I sat there and say, I don't think, I'm at this station right here, at this place. She said, oh, yeah, you there. I saw your name. So
Oh, I mean,
shit.
but see, and then it doesn't help that you're in a small town as well, where
Yes, yeah.
everybody
They will
knows. So
call
they
your house.
utilize.
Yes.
Yeah, like my daughter voted. and she is Vice President Kamala Harris fan. And so um we had a discussion because she was talking, and I was like, well, she said, Mommy, I haven't heard you say anything. Were you going to make a video like these people out here? And I said, no, I'm not making a video. I said, this will be fodder until that man gets sworn in. I said, you have different stories. They're trying to work black folks up in a frenzy. And I said, but I'm aware that I'm seeing these videos of all these young women and folks crying and women crying and upset. And so my daughter had shared with me that she's part of a group of females. They're all undergrad students, so they support one another, and they're all black.
Mm-hmm.
And she was saying that they had a get together, and one of the members came over in hysterics about the outcome. And she said this was right after the election. The young lady came over in hysteric, upset. Uh, and so she said they validated her emotions and how she was feeling, but the young woman got upset with her and acted as if she wanted to fight a few of them. She said she came over there to
Wow.
scream and cry about what's going on. And I told my daughter, wait, this is what she said. I said, see, if she's doing all that, she's mentally unstable because
Absolutely.
she's too young for the outcome of this result to affect you like that, where you cannot focus. We have to remember our history, what our ancestors have been through. We've been through worse. We always find a way to make it to the other side. We have not been dealt the best hand, but we have many role models in our community that are successful, that also started out from humble means, or they were able to create generational wealth that their children and grandchildren and great grandchildren are now are now benefiting from. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So,
Yeah. But
uh,
I like talking about, that's why I want to figure out, how to push my channel over, because I'm more of a historical historian. I like to talk about history, especially when it comes to Black history and my spirituality. I thought, like, if I talk about, this particular reality show, that, I can meet my people where they are and pull them in. But I see where it's kind of confusing them, because most of all the subscribers that I have is because of, this reality show sector, which most of it I had got off of Real Housewives of Atlanta. And when I stopped talking about Real Housewives of Atlanta, I lost a lot. And now, when it comes to this real Love and Marriage in Huntsville reality show, I see we have the same sector. But I like to talk about, history, and I like to talk about, stuff that we are talking about right now. And I'm just trying to figure out how to put it on track. Do you think that I should just go ahead and keep this channel for reality shows and just focus on my other channel and just talk about, the stuff that I'm very passionate about?
how come you can't just pick like a day or two, a certain day of the week or
Hmm.
days of the week that is strictly geared for your politics? Because it's
Because
not like you talk about a bunch of reality shows.
I don't talk about none but one. You see, this is
Right.
my first time really ever talked about what you call that, Married to Medicine and Real Housewives of Atlanta. I know a lot about them, but I just don't really talk about them because that's not really, my passion. My passion is talking about, how to wake the hell up our people, especially when it comes to all the stuff that we see right now, especially how I see the outcome, and that's why, I was telling you to get those books, that I was reading, but
Hmm.
I see the outcome of how everything it's like it's playing out, even when it comes to Donald Trump and Elon Musk. I made a little clip, but I haven't put it out yet when it comes to Elon Musk. Now, Elon Musk, he's a visionary, right?
Mm,
And he's into all this AI and all these robots, and I see now why he wants to be connected with Donald Trump, because Donald Trump don't know nothing. Donald Trump don't even know
right.
how to put two two blocks together. You know, he got a lot of people that's running. He just the person that's, you know, the face of everything. But
Right.
when it comes to Elon Musk, first of all, you know, he's not even from America. He's from Africa, but for some reason, he slithered his way inside of there. And I think that what they are trying to do is, you know, how Donald Trump is coming out with all these different policies and what he's going to do. He's going to drain the swamp. What I think is that when it comes to Elon Musk, he's trying to get this AI empire. He's building it now. He got all the classified information of, you know, he's right where he's at. And what they are trying to do is they trying to build this empire where when he was talking about the military, the FBI, the CIA, he's going to get rid of all this and replace it all with robots and AIs, and that's what I think going to be the new future. But see, when I talk about stuff like that, they don't want to hear it.
It doesn't matter, even if you just get one person to listen. Somebody
Mhm.
will hear your message and it'll resonate with them.
Mhm.
And I know that to be true because a young person that has a channel here on YouTube, I have their video happen to pop up in my feed. And
Mhm.
so I watched their video and they mentioned me and they made the comment about how, you know, how they loved me and
Mhm.
how that they're starting to believe what I said when it comes to Love and Marriage Huntsville. How I
Mhm.
said all these people are working together, producers,
Absolutely.
network,
Yeah.
cast members. You know, they're all working together.
Yeah.
And that shocked me that this person would say that because one, I didn't know that the person liked me at
Mhm.
all. But plus they're young. And so I was like, okay, I really love that. So what I'm saying, it may not resonate with everyone that's listening to my video, but that's proof right there that someone did listen to my video and they heard the message
Mhm.
to what I wanted to say. But I would hate for you to open up to create to start a new channel just for you to discuss your history and stuff dealing with like what you the video you want to put out about Elon Musk. The reason I'm saying that is because the name of your channel is Unapologetic Real Talk
Mhm.
because it's true. You're not apologizing. Some people, you know, may not be able to handle the information that you're sharing, but you're not going to apologize for it
Mhm.
because you're standing on your truth. So,
Mhm.
information like that has to, you know, I want you to put that out here on this channel.
I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna send it to you. Did you change your number because I had called
You know, it's back to the old one.
okay, the one you
I'll
okay,
email it
yeah,
to you.
okay, okay. And I'm gonna send it to you because I mean, I just been getting so many thoughts just coming into my head when it comes to all this right here, especially when it comes to Elon Musk. I see where and as I was on TikTok, I saw where he was talking to this guy where he said, "Well, where is your AI empire?" And he was
Mhm.
saying in Memphis, Egypt. And when I went ahead and I Googled Memphis, Egypt, that is where you ever heard of the god called Ptah? That's the father of the god of sun goddess Ra. You ever heard of those gods before?
Okay, I've heard of the name Ra, the sun god
Yeah,
Ra, but I
Ra.
haven't heard.
R8,
Yeah.
R8. Well, Ta is the father of the sun goddess Ra. And Ta was he was a god that he was a creator, sort of like what you see Elon Musk is. You know, he's a creator of all things. And now when it comes to Elon Musk trying to be the creator of all things. What he's trying to do is be the next pharaoh. And as I was making my video, the most high God, you know, I just started getting so many thoughts that was just coming in my head. And see,
Mhm.
that's what they do. They will go to our ancient sites and they'll tell us to not even touch that, you know, and put the Bible in our hands and tell us, you know, that is forbidden, you know, that you should not have no other gods. But they telling us that, but yet they digging up all our ancestors. You see what I'm saying? All of our
Mm-hmm.
artifacts is in their museum. Everything that they told us that God hate, they went ahead and they went to those ancient sites and they went ahead and they dig them up, and now they becoming now today he wants to become Pharaoh. He wants to become Ptah. That's why he went ahead to that ancient site and start, building up his AI empire. Now that's exactly how they did us back then when it came to our ancestors with Jesus, which we already know his original name, above all names. But I'm gonna go by, of what they say. His real name was Joshua, and God named the Most High God name, which he said, "My name is above all names." But we just gonna go by what they say, Yahweh. But they went ahead into the ancient sites called Africa Kemet, and they went and got the scrolls and they plagiarized it and they put it into the Bible. And what they did was they took everything that was ours, yet as Joshua and Osiris, and they went ahead and they called it Jesus. But you see, people don't want to hear that because our people are so indoctrinated. You see where I'm going with that?
Mm-hmm.
And I
We
think
are.
that this is too much meat for it's like when it comes to this channel, you got to know exactly how to deal with certain type of people. So I can really, really go deep, but it's just the fact that, I don't think that, they are ready for it. But just like you said, my channel is unapologetic, right? And it's time for our people to wake up, because while we sitting there buck dancing and entertaining these people are plotting over us, working overtime. And when it comes to Elon Musk, this man is a billionaire. Now this man is about, now that he done slithered his way inside of the White House, and now he got all that classified information, and this man is going to be so powerful. You understand? So
It's just
powerful.
it's just
Mhm.
history repeating itself.
Yeah, so you
History
kind of see
repeating
what I'm
itself.
talking about, right? I can't really say it too much on this channel right here, and I know
Right.
a lot of people like to take your talking points and make it their own, that have big channels and
Mm-hmm.
very aware of stuff like this. So I'm gonna have to talk to you, because those are the thoughts that coming in, just coming to me, because see, a lot of people, when they look at the Bible, they only see the surface part of the Bible. They don't know how to get into the meat, because the Bible is like codes. You see what I'm saying? That's why it says that we have to know exactly how to rightfully divide the word of truth, because first of all, they took and they went ahead and they revised it almost over. How many Bibles they got out? Thousands and thousands of Bibles, right? Back
Mm-hmm.
then it was like 60 different authors. Back then, I don't know how many authors right now, but if the Bible was in its original state back then, what was the purpose of King James coming along to revise it? See, people don't want to hear that, but God said
Right.
tell it to them anyway. That part right there is too deep, because our people, they so distracted. They love to be tickled, they love to be entertained, and these people know exactly how to keep us asleep while they work overtime on us, because good and well, if what's his name, Elon Musk was a black
Mm-hmm.
man and doing all the stuff that he's doing, they would have never ever allow a black man to get as far as you see Elon Musk is.
No, because we would the
We
black folks would
we
be tearing
we
that person, right?
say that
Black
again. Say
people,
that
black
again. Say that again.
because we black folks would be tearing them down. I heard someone the other day. God, I don't want to give credit to the wrong person or misstate who was the one that said it, but someone had made the comment that there's this spirit amongst us where we're jealous of black people that are successful.
Hmm.
We expect them to be poor too, and I disagree with that. You may have some people that are jealous, but when I see a black person that is successful, I admire that. It
Well, you
inspires
do,
me.
you do, you do. You see what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah. So I'm like, I don't understand that. Like, even like some of these shows, if you pay attention to some of these shows and these movies, I believe that there's some sort of truth. All of it may not be true, but there's some truth when you watch movies. And then with you saying about Elon Musk, because Elon Musk, everybody loves having a Tesla.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody wants a Tesla. You know, you have these cars that will brake automatically on their own. Like Toyota has a car, it's like a little small little mini, almost look like a hatchback, but it's a small car where you
Mm-hmm.
don't even have to press the brake. You can be driving, and if you get too close to a car, it will automatically put the brakes on for you. I know that to be true because I've worked for this company and they provided us with vehicles to drive. And I just happened to take my eye off the road real quick and didn't realize that the car in front of me had slammed on, had stopped and was at a
Mm-hmm.
standstill. I would have slammed into the back of them, but the car, the brakes shut automatically, applied automatically by themselves. Tesla, Elon has these vehicles where they can drive themselves. I
My
know
son
in
got
this,
one. My son have one of those.
does he? I
Mm-hmm.
know in the Bay Area, especially like the San Francisco area, you had where what are these Uber? These vehicles that they're driving themselves. So
Mm-hmm.
if they're driving themselves, somebody has to be in control over the electronics of the vehicle. Like who's paying attention? Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm one of those people. They've showed that in movies before where somebody, they could go in and hack the system and take over all of the,
Mm-hmm.
your vehicles and stuff, and then have your car drive off the road. I mean, it's just different stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, sometimes when you watch movies and then years later or some time passes, then you see it start happening in real life. It's like, oh wow.
They provoke in the hands of God. And don't you know also when it comes to Elon Musk, it took Putin. Now Putin is the president of Russia, right?
Correct.
He had an interview with Carson Tucker, on Fox,
I know,
right?
yeah.
You saw that interview when
No, I
he
didn't
talked
see it.
about, yes, that's what I'm doing research right now. Putin told Carson that Elon Musk been putting computer chips in humans' heads right here in the United States. And at the time, we know it's happening now, but when he had made that interview, it wasn't even happening. It wasn't as open now. So why it took someone from another country to talk about the stuff that is going on right here on American soil wasn't even approved at the time, where Elon Musk was putting computer chips in humans' head. You see what I'm saying? So what else is going on? That's why I say when it comes to all that entertainment with that P. Diddy and
Mm-hmm.
all that stuff is a distraction. They know
Mm-hmm.
we are very smart. We are very smart people. We are not dumb
I don't
people.
know. I don't know, Lady D.
We are smart people.
All of us
Everything
are.
that they got it all for you. Don't you know Elon is using the blueprint of Kemet to sit there and build this AI empire? And that's what I'm trying to tell you right now. I'm going to show you all the stuff that I have, all the information. These people go into our ancient sites, dig up all our stuff, or they sit there, make it restriction, telling you in your own land that you can't even sit there and go there, but yet they using all that stuff, putting it in computer chips, and not even Elon Musk is not that smart either. He's paying these people that's these geeks or whatever you call them. He's
Mm-hmm.
paying them to build up this empire of what he's doing right now. Because, like I said, money talk, right? Just like he
Right.
paid for this election, he was paying people millions of dollars just for a vote. You remember that, right?
Who was Elon was?
Yes. He was
Oh
giving people
wow.
randomly people a check for $1 million to vote, to go out there and vote.
Good God
Yeah,
Almighty.
telling you, is a lot of stuff. And that's why I sit there and say, when it comes to these people, uh especially when they calling themselves Bible thumpers or whatever, they only
Right.
read surface. It's a mystery, and you have to know exactly how to crack those codes. Okay, it's a mystery. And when it comes to these people are trying to set themselves on the throne, and it looked like they're trying to do it again. Elon Musk, like I said, he's trying to be the next god, like, which is nothing but an antichrist, because he's not going to be the real one, because we already know when it comes to the book of Revelation how it's already going to end. And the sun, we thinking that it's the SON, but it's going to be the SUN is what's going to judge them. That's how it's going to separate the sheep from the goats. I bet you didn't. You see where I'm
Mm,
going? The sun is the one that's going to show you who are the real chosen
I'm
ones.
listening. I hear you. And
You see?
you just talked about Ra over in
Ro-
Egypt.
That's it. That's it.
I
So
tell
that's
you,
how you're
lady,
gonna know who the real one
look,
that's going to rise. We can't rise because we so entertained. We buck dancing. We are the ones. It's going to be around the scattered ones. When we go outside, the sun is just going to make us shine. It's not going to burn. It's not going to put no blisters on us. When he go out there and try to make himself God, the sun going to show him who he really is.
mm, mm, mm.
You see it, huh?
I hear you. I hear you. But I tell you, the one money and power, money and power. If you got the money, you have the power. You can make anything. You can make anything appear, disappear, or gain access to whatever you want.
Absolutely. So I was
There are so
asking,
many people that are willing to be bought.
I said, well, how this is going to work out? Because what they doing is they putting it in plan before 2045, which if you Google 2045 is pretty much doomsday for them. Okay. They are dying out. Even
Hmm.
Biden already done came out and say the white race is dying out. Okay. But the thing about it is that what they are doing now is that they are putting robots in places, because everything they talking about, oh, it's just going to be for medical, or it's going to be for other stuff. That's the reason why they're making those AI and these robots. No, these people never made anything for what it's supposed to be. Just like the guns, which they didn't make guns, China made guns, but when it got into their hands, who they used it against? They used it against us. They was not able to put us in slavery with what they had. They wasn't equipped. But when they got control of guns, that what's made us submissive. So now what they doing, when Trump was talking about he's about to get rid of everything because he's dependent on AI and robots. Now that's how I see it in the spirit.
Right.
So they going to use robots as their personal army.
I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. Did you see where or did you hear where they were talking about Biden, where that legislation was passed to where what is it called? Oh my God. Not the army, National Guard. That force can be used against US citizens.
You got to send me that. Talk about that. What about that?
Let-
Because I like that.
I'd have
That's
to
what I
go.
like talking about.
Right. I have to go find exactly what it was because I was listening to God, I can't remember the gentleman's name, but he talks about politics and what's going on, um, and said that there was legislation passed, and you have to pay attention because while this stuff was going on with the election with Kamala and everybody talking and arguing and the research on who is Vice President Kamala's family members, uh, there was legislation passed or something that was signed by Biden about where the National Guard can use force against U.S. citizens. So my thing is
Wow.
this, like if there is a riot or you're unruly in the
Mm-hmm.
streets, that's what the first thing came to my mind. And I said, well, before I believe that, I have to go actually find that legislation for myself, and read it for myself to see if it's on a government website.
Did you? Did you?
No, I haven't done. So you guys, this is alleged.
Mm-hmm.
This is alleged because I have not verified this information for myself. And I was like, well, he's saying that and nobody's reporting on it.
Mm-hmm.
Which is odd. And I said, well, I guess this is the best time to do whatever you need to do before, Donald Trump comes into office and while everybody's emotions are on a level 10. So, in fact, if anything were to happen next year, people wouldn't know that this legislation or whatever was enacted or passed or uh, while President Biden was still
So
in
you sure
office.
Biden and not Trump? Biden? Wow.
No,
I
Biden.
told
They
y'all
said no.
that
They
man
they
was it
said
was something
Biden.
about him. I told you guys
Biden.
that.
Biden is Biden and every other Democrat like him. It's about self preservation. Self
Mm-hmm.
preservation. They're going to do whatever needs to uh, uh, be done to benefit their community to make sure that their numbers don't continue to dwindle. Like
Mm-hmm.
how is it? Well, let's put it like this. President Biden, now this has come out of his own mouth, where he said, and 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 shoot, that might be 2045 as well, where he said the Hispanic community is going to outnumber black people. Now, this is what he said when he first got in office, when he had
Mm-hmm.
that Zoom call with our so-called, esteemed black educated politicians that were on that Zoom call with him. And what's his name? Al Sharpton was in attendance in that meeting where
Wow.
this was shortly after it was shortly after even uh uh the Jewish gentleman and oh my god, I can't remember, over in Georgia, and the pastor
Mm-hmm.
Raphael Warnock, and I forgot the name of the Jewish gentleman where they both had won their Senate seat. That was
Mm-hmm.
around that time when President Biden first got in office and held a Zoom call. And so it was supposed to be these esteemed black politicians or educated, know all, well to do people sitting there. They were supposed to be coming and addressing President Biden about what our needs are as a community and what we want. And President Biden was on that Zoom call basically putting them in check and letting them know that the Hispanic population is going to outnumber you, so you need to get along with them.
Wow.
Like, and nobody said anything back, nobody rebuffed him. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like it's much ado about nothing. Nobody, there are some people that want to learn and want to know and inquire and paying attention. Um, I always say I'm not concerned unless I'm more concerned about what's happening to me right now in
Mm-hmm.
real time in my everyday life. But when I make that statement, make no mistake, I'm not saying I'm dismissing whatever may come along in the future. I'm paying
Mm-hmm.
attention to everything, but I can't work myself up what may happen 5, 10, or 20 years from now. I can pay attention and see the signs and pay attention of how people are moving and how things are changing. But what I'm saying is right now in this present day and time, with something that can hurt me in real time or my family, I'm paying close attention to it and I'm speaking up and I'm saying something.
Mm-hmm.
So it bothered me when people, I was on had put in a comment on somebody's channel yesterday, and it bothered me to hear the comment that's black folks thinking, that's a black person mindset. You
Mm-hmm.
only worried about what's happening right now. Now, see, you're assuming that I'm not concerned about what may happen in the future.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what I'm saying? I can't get worked up about what's happening in the future. I can be prepared and pay attention to know what's coming down the line. But right now, what's more pressing is right now what's going on, because there are different things going on. We don't have the news reputable. news media or newspapers. I remember growing up, there used to be a lot of black owned newspapers where we can get our information from.
Mhm.
We don't have a lot of that
And that's what we
anymore.
need. That's what Elon is working on right now. He was trying to get, they say CNN. Now he's getting MS. What it is? MS. What is that news?
MSNBC.
He's trying to get that one, and also, well, he got Twitter, and there's another one that he's trying to get, and that's exactly, you have to control the media because that's part of the beast as well.
Mm-hmm.
Marcus Garvey was trying to do that. You remember when he was trying to own his own printing press and how his own people inside destroyed that. If you wants to steer the narrative, the minds of our people, where are people at? Smack dab on social media, right? So
Yep.
that's the best place
Have
to sit there and buy it, right? So that's what he's doing. They thinking smart.
Yeah, they are. And they're counting on people like you, Lady D, that you're very astute and you love reading and researching thing and talking about it, but they're counting on you to get discouraged
Like
by
now.
not putting it on your platform because the numbers aren't there. Don't be misled or swayed because of the numbers. Put the information out there. Put the information out
Mhm.
there. And I promise you, if I listen to a video of yours where I hear something, I will give you credit. That's where I got it from. Because there are a lot of people out here that love to hear about history.
Mhm.
Look, we 53. You got young folks that's not researching history. Like for instance, I'm a sidebar for a second. How my daughter was telling me that did I hear about the Beverly Hills kids? The kids at the Beverly Hill High School that were walking through the school hallways with
All
Trump
that.
flags and Trump shirts on. And I said, no, I didn't see that. And I was like, when did that happen? She was like, Mom, it was right after the election. And I was like, well, you should. She said, what would you have done? I said, I would have came out the classroom if I was a teacher and told them to get their tails back on in class or don't come knocking up on my door. I got
Threaten her
kids
too.
trying to.
They threaten the teacher too. The teacher can't even go to school. She sat there and say she's traumatized.
But you yeah. So you see stuff like that. I'm like, I don't want. They want us to get worked up so you don't talk about it or get into this mindset. I really feel like somebody's trying to provoke us to like become violent, and I don't want
Mhm.
people to become violent. And the purpose of me sharing that story is because I need the younger generation to get in the mindset, and even older folks as well. When people lob these racial slurs at you,
Mhm.
you cannot get upset. Why are you letting that upset you or
Mhm.
frighten you or to the point where you're crying? One second, my apologies.
Mhm.
He's
Let me
sick.
answer. Let me answer. Awesomely grateful. Yeah, I was gonna say that. I was gonna talk about that as well. Arsalam Grateful says, "What does Black civil rights have to do with the Hispanic community? We are second to no
Nothing.
one. Our
That's
civil
right.
rights are a separate issue. Hispanics are standing up for the rights. See, that's why they get them over here by the boatload because see, they know that they trying to outnumber us. And I'm so glad now that we are in what I call the age of information, where they can no longer take the pen and put anything that they want because the black man and the black woman, the black god and the black goddess, we've been the minority. We've been here over millions of years, billions of years. We've been here since the beginning. So what they are trying to do is they trying to do anything to outnumber us. Like I
Mm-hmm.
said, the rabbit hole goes very, very deep. And the reason why we don't see all this right here, because we have been colonized. We have
Mm-hmm.
a European mindset, but we've been here since the beginning. We just didn't come on a boat. You see, we've been here through the four corners of this earth. But you see, if I tell people like this, by them being colonized, they don't understand what I'm saying because,
Right.
they listen to this whitewash lie, these hocus pocus stories.
Mhm.
We've been here. We've been outnumbered them. That's why they was getting these people. And most of these people, you come to the United States, when you vote, you better make sure, the censor, you put white. These people was not.
Right.
Now this new generation of Latinos and Hispanics, Asians, they proud of who they are now. So they're not
Mhm.
going to put on the whatever, I'm white. They're not gonna check. They're gonna check who they are. So
Mhm.
now the white power, white supremacist is dying out. You see, it's dying out. But our people don't want to talk about stuff like this. Robert Jennings says we gotta reprogram our thinking. Absolutely.
I agree with that too.
Behaving talked about this on the phone. We got to transform our mind. We got to shake off of these chains, and come out of her. We got to renew that mind. Everybody sit there and say, "Oh, it's time for us to move out of here and go back to Africa." No, we
I'm
built
not
this.
going to no Africa.
This is
I go to
good.
visit.
Why would-
Look,
why-
Lady D, I'll go visit, but I'm not going back there because if I'm not going, I'm not moving to no
You
Africa
don't have to
because
because this is our land.
yeah,
This
this
is
is all I
ours.
know. I
We
mean,
all of us didn't come through a boat. Now, when it comes to Africa, I truly believe that it's a tent that belongs to God, that is set apart for God. Okay. But
Mhm.
we've been here through the four corners of the earth. We just didn't come out of a ship. Okay. We've been here. Like I say, every race, every nationality, from the darkest, the chocolates to the whitest, came out of you. So what you looking at now, you only looking at your lower self. You're looking at a
Right.
small majority of people that has overpowered us through guns and their
Mhm.
ammunition. That was the only way. Now, how they gonna get us back flat on our face? Because we are asleep. They rocking us asleep, and they building up an AI empire that's going to sit there and put us back in the same position that we are in today.
But we're already a lot of us are helping them every day. I
Every
mean,
day.
look at the images that are being shown. Like you look at women not respecting themselves. Like even older women now. And when I say older women, I'm 53. It's women my age and older that are out here on social media scantily dressed, popping their butts. Like I remember growing up, like black women, we had some black women out there that were loose, but they didn't outnumber the women that held themselves with class and self respect.
Mhm.
These young ladies now, I mean, everybody, you can't tell
They
who's a
sleep.
streetwalker
They
or
sleep.
anything, are men. And this is the image that's going out to the world. And I know people always say, don't worry about what another person thinks. But
Mhm.
this is the image, these negative images of us is being shared across the world. So people who do not have an everyday contact or know us or have met us or know our history, because some of us don't even know our history and we're black, but you have people outside of our community watching these images and they believe what they see and think that we are all like that.
But remember when I was telling you about President Putin, how President Putin telling us what's going on right here on American soil? These people know what's going on,
Mm,
and what he's doing. Like I say, uh, their enemy is not our enemy. You understand what I'm saying? You know where I'm going with that, right?
right, right,
Just like
right,
when he came
exactly.
out and talked about the black Jesus,
I
and trying to,
remember.
what he's trying to do is
Hmm.
wake our people up.
He
Now,
tried.
I like this part right here when Arsene Grateful says, "I'm not African American. I don't resonate with that title. Sorry, not sorry. I am of the human race." And
That's right.
absolutely true. Absolutely true. And see, they don't want you to talk like this. And also when it
That's
comes to
right.
race was with animals. They was dividing. We are one. You understand what I'm saying?
Right,
We are
right.
one. And everything
Human.
came out of you. You are not kings and queens. You are God and goddesses. Okay. And see, they don't want to tell you that. They don't want you, they want to believe that It's all about division. They came in and named and claimed everything. They came in. We didn't come through no Noah's Ark. They sitting there telling us, "Oh, I'm messing them up right now. Oh, you came on a boat." No, you did not. What happened was through time. Go and study. Have you ever heard of the continental drifting?
No, I have not.
The Titanic plates. I know you heard of the Titanic plates, right? Well, during time, over time,
Continental drifting. Let me write that
continental
down.
drifting, the earth starts splitting up, okay? And that's how it causes division. So anytime when something starts separating, the earth starts separating through time, through earthquakes, and because of the continental drifting called the Pangea. I know you heard of all that, right?
And I'm being honest
Yes,
with you,
yes,
no,
the
but I'm taking
Pangea.
notes.
Yes,
I'm taking notes
yes.
right now so I can
So
research
study
it.
the continental drift, and that's how we were separating through the continental drifting, not through no Noah's Ark. Okay, it was the continental drifting, and what happened is, as the continent, start drifting, the climate started changing, so people started adjusting to the climate. You understand where I'm going with this? And that's
Okay.
how you seen, people, skin fairing and all this other stuff. But most of when you see a pale face with no pigment, it's because of a mutation deficiency.
I've heard you mention that several times on different shows.
And that's how I
Hmm.
love to talk. And when I talk about all this stuff, this other stuff, this reality show stuff, I'm not being my authentic self because I'm here for a purpose. I'm here to wake the hell up out of our people and telling our people to come out of this right here. Stop allowing your lower self. I look at them as our lower self because they came out of us. You understand what I'm saying? Through mutation genes, our brown eyes, our nappy hair, whatever you want to call it, our melanated skin, like I said, all that serves a purpose. Go and start researching what's the purpose of your hair, why your hair sticks up because of the non-ether, because we are connected to the universe, okay? Like I said, blue eyes. Go and research blue eyes. That is called a illusion. That's an illusion. It's no such thing as no blue. Okay, it's illusion. Anything that with no pigment, blonde hair, that's dead hair. And I'm not being racist. I'm not being racist. What I'm doing is trying to wake my people up. Blonde hair is dead hair. Anything that got melanin in it is got life. Why you think they're trying to zap the melanin out of your skin right now? Hey, Marcella.
Okay.
Marcella's in the house. She says, "Happy
Hey,
Thanksgiving."
Marcella, happy Thanksgiving.
Thank
Oh,
you.
shit.
Robert said, Romans 12:2, be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And that's what it's all about. Everything is a mind game. That's all it is, just a mind game. And they playing the
Mhm.
hell out of our mind. That's why they say the mind is the devil's what?
Playground.
Thank you.
Oh, yes.
But make sure you go in and do some research of the continental drift in here.
I did. I put it right here on my phone, on my notes, continental drifting, and then
I
I
think I
put
made a
research
video. I think I still got it up. If not, if I
on
have
your
it up,
wall.
yeah, I'm gonna send it to you. Because it's time for us to know who we are. Stop letting these people thinking that you nothing. Everything that we invented everything. If they would have left us alone, and we would have own the patent of all the stuff that we invented, these people will be looking at us as a god, which that's exactly who we are. You see what I'm saying? Because we invented everything.
But even with all of that information out there of what we've invented, it's as if it's a mute point. Like, do
Thank
you
you. I know where
remember
you're going. You're right.
Henrietta Lack? Henrietta Lack. I remember buying her book, her story. That was the black woman that had cancer, and they took out the cancerous cells and some healthy cells, and they were able to uh, create and find the human genome. And
Mhm.
so her family had never gotten any money from it. The hospital and the pharmaceutical company made billions of dollars. I think she was at they experimented on her and she received treatment at John Hopkins Hospital, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And then some years ago, Oprah Winfrey ended up doing a little mini series on her life. And I don't even know if her family ever was given any money, but yeah, she didn't give consent for them to take her sales. And
Wow.
this pharmaceutical company made billions, and her family was living in poverty. And her name is Henrietta. Her name was Henrietta Lacks. L A
I
C
think I
K
heard that
S.
story. I'm gonna pull that, but I want to pull that story back
Henrietta.
up too. I want to
Gila.
pull that back.
Gila, and so that's the name of the gene, Gila,
Mm,
Hela. So they took the first two letters of her first name and her last name.
mhm.
And
Yeah,
Idle
I want to
Mind
pull
is
that up
Bella's
too.
workshop.
I want
Okay,
to pull,
yeah,
yeah,
Marcella. Okay.
yeah, I want to pull that up too because see, that's the type of stuff that I like to talk about because we got so many
Mhm.
of our people. They have low self-esteem. They bleaching themselves. They don't want to all this self-hate. But if you only know who you really are, if you only know who you really are, they know who you are, but you don't know who you are. Just like when it comes to Elon Musk know who you are,
Right.
but you don't know because we
And then
so
it doesn't
distracted.
and then it doesn't help. The older we are, we're not passing the information down to the younger generation.
Absolutely, absolutely, and but that's when you're gonna see the book of Revelation unfold. You see, because now we have fallen asleep. So now you about to see the revelation unfold where now the most high God is going to show up and show out. And he's not going to show up and show out, by popping out of the sky. What he's going to do is first of all, it's going to be the fall of man. All this stuff that they building right now, this empire that they trying to become a godlike figure, they're gonna end up destroying themselves. You see what I'm saying? So all we have to do is just stay on the wall and watch because they
Hmm.
destroying themselves. We already know how it's going to end. We know how the story is going to end by fire. These people making all this stuff, and that's what they was talking about when they was talking about. You remember the tall tower in a Old Testament called the Tower of Babel, where they built that tall tower where they say it was so tall where they was able to reach and spy on God, where the Most High God tore that tower down, right? You heard that story before, right?
I haven't. Lady D, I'm just now starting to read my Bible.
Okay. Well, that tall tower, they saw they ran ahead with the story because like I said, they were crafty counselors. They got the writings, which it was not in a book, it was on scrolls on a wall in Kemet. They got the writings and they went and they plagiarized and they put it in the book. That wall that you saw, that you read about, that tall tower, is the tower that's happening today. It's a tower of information. Now if you hear this, they got
Mm,
it from here. You heard me? So that
okay.
tower in the Old Testament was only a prophecy of what's to come. So now it's coming right now that Elon is trying to build this tall tower. AI is going to be so powerful, but it's going to end up destroying themselves. That is the Tower of Babel. Babel, Google what Babel means. Babel is information talking, right? So
Right.
when you see Babel, Babylon is
Of the
falling,
Tower of Babel. Okay.
it's falling, it's going to fall, which means right now it's talking about all this stuff right here with the AI and all this other stuff. It said it's going to fall and it's going to be by fire. And that's in the book of Revelation. So all this stuff is going to come to an end.
Look, and I'm typing notes so I can go and read.
So Tower of
Not that
Babel, that Tower of
Tower of
Babel that
Babel.
was in Genesis 9 is only what the crafty counselors, they are crafty counselors. They ran ahead of. That's why I don't understand how I see so many of these those people fighting and fussing over the Bible. They only read. They don't know how to get the meat. They still on meat. It's like surface. That Tower of Babel is a prophecy of what we about to see right now. What Elon Musk is trying to build is the Tower of Information.
And and you know what? It's interesting that you segue and like there's commentary dealing with the Bible because I don't know how many days, if it was 3 days ago, it might have been Friday. It might have been Friday. Um, I had turned on television. I was looking at Netflix. Do you remember? I remember being younger, where every year that they would play that movie with Charleston Heston
Mhm, mhm,
about Moses, about the Bible, and let my people go, and
mhm.
the Ten Commandments. I can't remember the title of the
I
movie.
I know what you're talking about. My husband watched it. I know what you're
Okay,
talking about.
so so Friday I was going through Netflix and then they had a movie over there. I think it said uh the testimony. And I was like, "Oh, okay, this is one right here," but it wasn't. It was kind of like a documentary. People were talking and I said, "Why don't they tell Oh, I see that. You got to learn to eat the meat and spit out the bone."
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely. That's why the Bible says you have to know exactly how to rightfully divide the word of truth. You know, so if the Bible is telling you to rightfully divide the word of truth, that means some stuff in here you got to know how to dissect it. You see what I'm saying? And know what to chew and what to spit out. Everybody wants, oh, if this is exactly what it is, then that's it. No, it's not that. You got to know how to. You got to pick it. Go ahead. What you're saying?
You were fine.
No, no,
I was
no. You're talking about
I was just
that.
saying I noticed that they never show that movie. I remember growing up they used to show that movie every year.
They still
Every
do.
year.
They still do. And the reason why you don't see it as much as you used to see it, because now people are waking up, people are questioning it now, because why all the characters that you depict is always be European people. Now tell me how a European people in the middle of the Middle East, which that's another story by itself, because all that right there was all Africa. How can Middle Eastern people be so pale white? Make it make sense. No way in the world that would never ever happen. Even when it
Right.
came to Elon Musk. Elon Musk, even though he's a citizen or whatever they call it in Africa, he trust me, that's he might have born there, but that's not, his inheritance, was there, his people, nowhere in the world they wouldn't it,
Right.
it would never have been, so that's why it's time for us
Mm-hmm.
to start
Ten
waking up
Commandments.
our people. It's time to wake our people up, because a lot of stuff that we was taught, we got to sit there and shake off of these grave clothes. We got to relearn,
Can
unlearn to
I ask you this?
relearn. Hmm.
Can I ask you this, Lady D?
Go ahead, babe.
Because you have you ever thought about like trying to tie in, like when you talk about the reality television, then towards the end segue it to something informational for our community?
All the time. That's why notice when I come on and I talk about the reality shows, I say I'm here to take the foolish things, which is a reality show, to conform the wise. So when I come on and I talk about a reality show, I'm meeting my people where they are. Where are people at? Smack dab in where? On watching TV, right?
Yeah, yes.
So what you have to do, you got to meet them where they are. So when I come on, notice how I used to always say I'm taking the foolish things to confound the wise.
Yes.
So when I was saying that, I was saying these reality shows are the foolish things. I'm here to come in, even if I got to catch one or two fish. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm still doing what I need to do. So you kind of understand, the talking points when I was coming on, what I was saying.
No, I get it, but can you close out your show with something? Like close it out?
I be trying, but it's like um our people, I be trying, that's why, I like to talk about, my spirituality and stuff like that, so I be trying to fit it in, and that's why when I talk about one reality show, I can't talk about all these other different
Multiple.
reality shows,
Right.
because I feel that I have mastered when it comes to Love and Marriage in Huntsville. So if I have mastered, I know exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm able to reach my people, and at least if I have to catch one or two, and hey, it's someone that wants to hear, what's really going on out there. It's just like with who that was. I think it was Paul in the New Testament. And like I said, when it comes to the Bible, we have to know how to rightfully divide it, because like I said, they put themselves in, because Paul is a Roman name, okay? But I'm gonna go along with it. You understand what I'm saying? But when it comes to Paul, Paul went out there and he reached them where they are, just like when it came to Jesus Christ. They thought Jesus Christ was coming and sat on the throne, and of royalty, but he went to the downtrodden. He went into the ghetto. He went to people that needed a physician, people that were sick. And that's why they wanted to go ahead and crucify him, because, they wanted to know, why are you amongst these hoodlums? Why are you in the ghetto? Why are you out there, getting your hands dirty when you should be sitting like the Pope is sitting? You see, they thought that
Right.
Jesus was going to be sitting on the throne like the Pope. But that's how I'm talking about when I do this reality show. I try to meet my people where they are, even if I got to catch one fish, two fish, that's how I see it.
Okay.
You kind of see what I'm talking about.
No, I do. I
You
do.
do? Okay.
Yes.
Robert says that if leaders keep preaching a sugar-coated, watered-down gospel, they give the people spiritual diabetic. Absolutely. And a lot of them, why you think they sick right now? And what you said, it was on point, where uh the generation that's now, how they are acting. Just imagine with the next generation, they just going to
Right.
forget everything, because
Even
nobody
worse.
teaching them. It's going to just be worse. You
Because
see?
it's because fornicating and adultery is all celebrated. It's
You
push.
look.
It's being normalized
Absolutely. Look what
like
Awesome
it's
says.
okay to do.
I had a feeling she caught on. Awesomely grateful says, I understood how you were connecting the Love and Marriage Hunter show to scripture. I think it was brilliant, Evangelist. She understood what I was doing. You see? Thank you, thank you, thank you,
And
thank you very much.
that's why you shouldn't stop. Keep going.
Yes. Robert said, 1 John 2:19, they came out from among us because they were not of us. For if they had been with us, no doubt they would have continued with us. Absolutely. And that's why you see this great division right now, where the Most High God, what he's going to do, he's going to separate the sheep from the goats, the wheat from the tare, because just like he said, they came out from amongst us because they were not of us. These people are not of us. These people are all about division. That's why when you see things come back together, they only can watch from a distance, because every time when you let them in, they make your life a living hell. You know where I'm going, right?
And you can apply that what Mr. Jennings said. Apply it to this Love and Marriage Huntsville sector.
Mm-hmm.
To this show with everybody. You, it's just so much going on with that right there.
That's
Um,
why I tear it down every time I get a chance. I tear it down. You see, every time I get it, and I cannot go to no more than that show right there, because my spirit would not allow me to go.
yeah, yeah. What? Oh, did he put it up again?
Yeah.
Among us, because they. Oh, okay.
He said they
If
came out from amongst us because they were not of us. For if they had been with us, no doubt they would have continued with us. We got a lot of wolves in sheep clothing. A lot of wolves in sheep clothing. We got people right now, that's why they say, well, how would you be able to separate them? How would you know them? Because the minute when they open up their mouth, right? The minute when they open up your mouth because they got a form of godliness, but they deny the power thereof, they are wolves in sheep clothing. You're gonna know them. And that's why the Most High God, He does not look at a person outer appearance. He searches the person's heart. You see, if the heart is, you're gonna know if a person is genuine. You're gonna
And
know
I
if
like
a
that. I like that
Mhm.
what Mr. Jennings said, Lady D.
Which one?
Uh-huh.
Sometimes people leaving your circle is a favor of a blessing. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Sometimes it's lonely. It's lonely. But I'd rather have peace than being around a bunch of confusion.
Right. And I've
And
said it. I don't know where I heard it from. I apologize for interrupting.
go
I
ahead.
don't know. I don't know where I've heard this saying from. I've heard it years ago, and it always stuck with me. And I always say, man's rejection is God's protection. And
Mhm,
I know there was this job I had got, and it was supposed to be full time. And then when I got there into orientation, they switched it to as needed per diem. And I said, well, I had applied for the full time, and that's what the offer letter says. And so the lady said, well, let me go check it out, uh, and I can see what's going on. And I said, no, 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 no. Leave it just how you have it, because man's rejection is God's protection. And
absolutely.
she was trying to get me to do full time, and I remember being there that night, and I didn't like what I saw. I didn't like the way it made me feel, and I said, yeah, this isn't for me. This,
Mhm,
yeah. So it was meant for it to happen that way, because had it been done the right way, I would have been locked into an agreement for 2 years. Well, not
mhm,
2 years, for 1 year. For 1 year, I would have been
mhm.
locked into it.
Well, you had to sign a contract.
Yeah, because they were all, yeah, they were also offering like a sign-on bonus, so
Mhm,
you had to stay there for a year.
mhm.
And
Yep.
so yeah, but yep, I always say that.
So,
What you say,
girl,
Mr. Jennings? Rejection is God's protection.
protection.
It's the best redirection. All right,
Absolutely, absolutely,
I
absolutely.
receive.
And I'm going to take you on to your offer, because you are absolutely right, because this is what I'm passionate about. And just like you said earlier, if you don't tell it, then hey, you about to destroy a next generation, because if this generation right now have fallen asleep and fell on the wayside and they're not teaching their children, then if you keep it to yourself, then you just gonna be guilty, right?
Right. And they want content creators like you and so many others to be discouraged and not share this information. They want you not to share this information. And I want you to continue to share it, and don't get discouraged at all. Even just find a day, maybe you could have, just pick a day that you want to do something on it, and if that's the day that's geared for it, I would be willing to even I would share your channel that uh every week on that day, so people can see it, even if they're not subscribed to you. If they see my community wall and they see it up on there. But I love that you read so much. I
Mhm.
love, you get so excited. You remind me like a kid on the first day of school. Like, you're so excited to get in there. Anything time you talk about something historical, then you can relate it to the Bible. You're passionate about it.
That's
You're
all I
passionate.
know. That's all I know, because that's what I love. I that's the way that I love talking. Like when it comes to gossiping, and even in my life, right, my real life, not this YouTube life. I'm talking about my real life.
Right,
I can't tell you about gossip or what's going on in the streets, but if you talk about, stuff dealing with our spirituality, and when it comes to our people, I can talk, like that, but I can't relate, when it comes to, all the other stuff, because, I'm not out there. You understand what I'm saying? This is
yes.
this is this this is what I enjoyed doing. And when I come on and I talk about certain stuff, I try to put the message to tie it in. And but some people they so out there where they don't connect the dots, or maybe just like you say, I might be thinking that because somebody here, right? It's just that I'm worried about the numbers.
Yeah, you looking at the views. How
Mhm.
how do you know that they're not purposely messing with your views?
I think they are. I think they
you,
are.
you know they're not. Uh, you know people don't push positivity like they should, and
Mhm.
even other content creators that claim that if they support you. If it's something to benefit, like especially content creators that have done commentary you know what? Let me take content creators out of it, even subscribers, because subscribers have the ability also to share your videos. So
Mhm.
if you're truly of someone that believes and you want to see the advancement of our people and uh, for us to gain more knowledge, to build unity. I mean, it wouldn't cost you nothing and it doesn't take nothing but a minute at most to share
Mhm.
the video. And then by
Absolutely.
each person sharing it, even let's say, even if you had 30 people watching the video tonight, if
Mhm.
each one of us shared out your video on our channel and hit the like,
Mhm.
somebody else will be able to see your video, even if it's
Amen.
one person.
Amen. I
So
absolutely
somebody,
agree.
yeah. But
Mm.
you've been on for 2 hours. Or at least I've
Yeah.
been on 2 hours.
No, we've been on. Well, yeah, yeah, you're right. You're right. So, girl, look, I'm finna go clean up my kitchen, and I enjoyed every bit of it. Send me the article. I want to know about that Biden. I definitely want to know about that because I never saw that. I want to talk. I want to put that together,
I
and
gotta see which
also,
content creator Oh, go ahead. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
and
Go ahead.
also about they was taking the cells out of the Gladys. Who you say? What's her name was? They was
Who?
taking the cells out of her body.
Oh, Henrietta Lack. Henrietta
Yes.
Lack.
Yes, we
Yeah.
wanna see that. Yeah, Imma write that down, but I also want you to, go and do some research about the, continental drifting, okay?
Yeah, I put it on my note here
Yes,
on the phone.
yes,
So I put it on my notes so I can look it up. Continental drifting. I'm gonna look through
yes,
my
and the
liked
Pangea,
videos.
yes, because you see, the whole earth was just one landmass in the beginning. Now, that part was true when, uh the most high God had gave man dominion over the entire planet. So this entire planet was one. It was not broken up at all. It was just one big planet. It wasn't no, like no north, south, east, west, or
Right.
Georgia or Africa, all these different it was one big planet. But through time, through the continental drifting, it started breaking up. And when it started breaking up, it was the Europeans, the colonizers came in and start naming and claiming everything, start drawing maps and names. You see?
Right. And then have you noticed? And then the continent of Africa is the biggest continent there is, but they on
Mhm.
the map they have it small.
Yeah, and notice that when you look at that map, notice if you take Asian, South Asian, all these different other continents and these different countries, it will fit perfect as a puzzle connected to Africa. You see that?
You know what? I'm gonna have to do that. I'm gonna have to look at it.
Look at
Watch.
all those different continents, those different countries, and just look at it as a piece of a puzzle and connect it to Africa, and it's all going to connect together. And don't you know, I'm gonna leave you with this and we're gonna go. Don't you
Okay.
know the Middle East? You know how we always talked about the Middle East?
Mm-hmm.
Don't you know the Middle East was built in the early 1900s?
Really, in the 1900s?
Yes, it was no
It
such
hasn't
thing.
even been along that.
It was North Africa. The
Oh
Middle
wow.
East, what they did was they built a man-made canal called the Suez Canal and split it up
Okay.
the Middle East. You see? And split it up.
SUEZ canal.
The Middle East
Okay.
wasn't built in no 2,000 years ago, like it was told to us. The Middle East was built in the 1900s, and that's real talk.
Mm. All right. Well,
All right.
let me hop on down. I'm gonna let you closing on out. Thank you for letting me up.
And
I'm
and look, let me
this
tell you this right
minister.
here. I started to call your
Uh-huh.
name, but I said this, I'm finna put her tag her name on this video. But want me to tell you, I tag your name in the spirit and you answer the call.
Did you?
I wanted to put your name on it so bad, but I said there and say what I was gonna do. I was gonna come on and I said there and say, look, I'm gonna speak to her spirit, and I promise you, you answer the call. I had a glorious time because our girl, God is good, huh?
All the time.
Yes,
We were
indeed.
supposed to be heading out this weekend,
Yep.
and me and the baby then caught a cold.
Oh
He
my
got
God.
sick first. That's him coughing and hecking. I done got a cold, and then I said, but let me get up on here because I the foolery that's going on
Yep,
over on the
yep,
chitlin circuit.
yep,
So
yep. But
I'm gonna
girl,
go
look,
live.
I got you next week. You got my message, what I told you next week,
Uh-huh.
right? All right, babe.
I did,
All
and
right,
I
love.
emailed you the number.
All right, love. Talk to you.
Okay,
Thank you here. Thank you for coming
you're welcome.
on.
No problem. Bye bye.
All right. My girl, Misbehaving is fun, guys. Make sure you go ahead and check her out. I mean, this turned out to be great. I'm not going to tell you no lie. Thank you, Robert Jennings. Thank you for coming in. Also, my girl, thank you very much. I mean, she just came in absolutely grateful. Thank you very much. Like I said, honey, the Most High God would never ever see me alone. If there's two or three together, He say, I am in the midst. My girl also speak with your girl Marcella, guys. Make sure you go ahead and check her out. She came and stopped by as well. So, guys, make sure you enjoy your day. If you're going and driving on the highway, going back home, make sure that you have a safe ride back home. And know that everything that you do, make sure that you do it for the Most High God, and you all be blessed. Robert Jennings says, why surrounding yourself with toxic, negative people? They put trash in you and they take virtue out of you. Absolutely. They will suck the life out of you. I call them a bunch of leeches. So on that note, guys, you all have a blessed day. Let me see how to go ahead and close out. I mean, this turned out so good, man. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. So I'm just seeing how to go ahead and close out. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. Absolutely grateful. Thank you very much, girl. I'm going to remember that. I promise you. I definitely will remember that.